What is something you love about your significant other that you'll never admit to them? My fiancé probably has some form of ADHD and never know if one topic of conversation is going to lead into something totally different or not. I expect this is annoying for our friends, but I love just listening and secretly trying to unravel the tangled ball of yarn that is her brain. I'm colorblind and she helps me with colors when she can. Sometimes I'll get confused and send her a picture and she will help me out. I actually really like that he doesn't have a lot of facial hair. He's almost 24 and doesn't really grow a beard, but he has like this very soft stubble on his jaw, and I love to rub my thumb over it when he's playing the game or taking a nap in my arms. I don't think he really notices it, but it's something that I think he's insecure about, because aside from the facial hair he's a very manly man. LOL. I hope his beard never grows in, to be honest. That she stutters when she gets overwhelmed or excited. She has one of the worst singing voices I've heard, but I absolutely love it. As someone who has a terrible singing voice but loves to sing, this melted my heart. He is still learning English and I talk mostly in English to him, but whenever he doesn't understand what I say, he like twitches his nose and just stares. It just reminds me of when bunnies twitch their noses, because that's exactly what it looks like. He doesn't say a word, but as soon as I see the bunny nose twitch I just know he's expressing confusion, and it looks so cute. I'll tell him my plans for anything and he goes do it. Doesn't need to hear the details, just says do it. In a specific voice. It could be anything from I'm gonna go to sleep to I wanna save 2K. Just the encouragement for the tiniest, sometimes dumbest thing. I love it. He also goes don't do it whenever I express I don't wanna do something. Again, could be something dumb like I don't wanna eat that broccoli. As an overthinker, it's just amazing. She is intelligent. Booty cannot follow her logic because I am not as intelligent. I am happy that she is. I love that the sound of his voice literally puts me to sleep. Not because he is boring, but because his voice is such a safe, comforting sound that my mind completely calms. I also will never tell him that I was awake in August 2014, the night he thought I fell asleep on his chest, when he looked at me and whispered so lovingly, "You are so pretty." Every time I look at him I hear that in my head and feel the adoration he had for me in that moment. I used to love how mentally strong and resilient, yet naive, playful, and childish my ex was. She faced a shitty childhood growing up, yet she didn't allow it to turn her into a sour, pessimistic person. She legit was the most cheery, playful, and fun person I have ever met. And I have to admit, she was way more mentally and emotionally stronger than me, and I loved and respected the heck out of it. She has this joke where she throws a sock and shouts that she socked you in the face. She loves it so much and it makes her so happy, but I will never admit that I find it funny, which causes her to do it more. I actually find it hilarious and adorable when she does it because of how she glows and gets excited by it. She purposefully says time to get vertical when she's going to bed, and for the first 2 years I corrected her and she just ignored me. Then I just got bored of correcting it and she still does it occasionally after 15 years together. The weird noises she makes when she gets excited as well as the human tippy taps. Like when she will make this quiet screaming noise. Also whenever she says that she's going to punch me, cause that's when I know she's flustered, and it's adorable. My wife is autistic and she does happy hands when she's pleased with herself. It's like a kitty needing the air. She also does little excited noises when she gets overwhelmed by something nice. She usually does it when she gets sensory overload. This happens a lot if she has a very soft blanket, for instance, but once she just got overwhelmed by how happy she was that we were in love, and it was the most adorable thing I have ever seen. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Sometimes he snores a bit, and so does our dog. It makes me so happy when they're both snoring on either side of me. I call it snoring in stereo in my mind. I really dislike silence, so actually find that it helps me sleep because I'll start focusing on their breathing/snoring. LOL. The comment section is filled with love for a significant other and I'm about to cry. It really is heartwarming to see so many people gush about their so's. Finding out someone's nuances and isms is probably one of the more underrated parts of a relationship. Noticing how they flip a page of a book, or the way they look up whenever you walk into a room, or if they have a cackle of a laugh. Each person is so different and constantly changing/growing. Picking up on something you find adorable and keeping it a secret to yourself would be a treat. She doesn't poke around in my personal stuff. Not that I'm hiding anything, but she's never tried to dig around in anything of mine. We have a very tight personal connection, but there is still a personal boundary that never needs to be challenged. Reading through this post makes me wonder if there's anything in particular I do that my BF loves about me but won't admit. Unfortunately, I think not. How she blushes and gets shy when I tell her that she's gorgeous. Like she will try to hide her face and giggle, and damn it if it isn't the cutest thing I've seen. I think she'd rob a bank for me or help hide a body. She is definitely ride or die. I would just never put her in that spot. Mine will furiously rub his hands in excitement when he finds something really funny. He's also very loud, but I secretly love when he gets loud in his excitement. When she's talking, she'll sometimes trip over a word a few times, then get this super focused look on her face as she says the word slowly and correctly. It's freaking adorable. He loves to argue when he knows he's wrong, just to watch me get riled up, but he doesn't know that I'm perfectly aware of it. I let him get away with it because he gets the most adorable sneaky smirk on his face, and I love it when he thinks he's gotten one over on me. He gets so proud of himself. And then there's the complete lack of personal space. He's always looming directly over me, or standing right behind me. I'll never say a word because I love it when I turn around and there's just a solid wall of chest right in front of me. Or when I'm cooking and he's standing directly behind me, mumbling directions in my ear. I can't tell him because he gets such a kick out of annoying me that he'd stop, lol. A Cajun man couple things. She puts a finger in my belly button and holds it there until I say I love you too. I give the impression that it is uncomfy, and sometimes it is, but I do love it. Every time I show her pictures of cute animals or plants or anything, she gasps, whimpers, and cries. In that order. She also never fails to call me a popohead, which is her version of baby or darling. There's more, but those are my top 3. There's something I read a while back where he would walk off while they were out grocery shopping or something and get something and come back. He said without fail when his wife sees him, she gives him a warm, loving smile, and he absolutely loves it but doesn't tell her because if she's aware of it, then she might not do it anymore. He does this incredibly dorky fast walk when he gets excited and wants to show me something, and I'm 99% sure he's not aware he does it. Don't know how to describe it, but LD say it's a lower caliber of the walking version of the Naruto run. It makes me smile. The sound of her snoring is both soothing and sometimes annoying. It lets me know when she's finally getting some rest, and I find it to be one of the most endearing things she does unconsciously. She's had a rough life and we're battling her depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and low self-esteem, so when I know she's getting some rest it makes me feel at ease. However, when I'm super tired but can't fall asleep, it is the most frustrating thing in that instant. I love her more than words can tell. English is his second language, and the way he pronounces some words is just endearing, and I would never call attention to it. In my guy's native tongue, the second syllable of every word is emphasized, no matter what. Adorable when he talks, confusing when he texts. We have been friends for almost a decade, but our situation has evolved. Took me a few weeks of texting and some research on Albanian linguistics to catch on that the word pain could either mean pain like ow or pain as in paying. Same goes for made-up words like sane, saying, and my personal favorite hopefully. Damn, this comment section making me feel really single. We used to work together before we got together, and I noticed that he does not smile much at work. Even when talking with co-workers, he has a rather flat affect. But when we are together, he smiles all the time. He works in IT and probably the smartest person I have ever met. After a long day of work, he is a total airhead. I just enjoy taking care of him after these days, whatever he wants. And he doesn't ever ask for anything. Just want him happy. Anyone else after meeting him after these hard days would think different. I'm just proud. The smell of her sweat turns me on. Even the butt sweat. I know, weird, but I love it. Feel you, brother. My wife thinks it's gross when I sniff her armpit, but it does something to me. He's not my significant other, but I like him. He's into rocks. I think I have told him it was cute. He didn't believe me. I do give him crap for it, but in reality love it about him. I absolutely love it. He gets so excited about them and would tell me the classifications. I am actually jealous that he has so much passion for collecting something. My husband is very self-conscious about his teeth and overbite, but I absolutely adore his smile and the way his teeth look from the side when he laughs. You know, I think you should start telling him that. I promise, it will do wonders for his self-esteem. My boyfriend will come to my workplace parking lot on his lunch and park his car next to mine. His work is just a 2-minute drive from mine. I've spotted him doing it at least 2 times from the back window, but he's never said a thing. I know it's just because he wants to be close to me, and since he's not very emotionally expressive, it is the cutest and most heartwarming thing ever to me. But I know if I ever mentioned it to him he would stop doing it, so my lips are sealed. My partner adamantly refuses to admit he likes our puppy. We already had 2 dogs, mine from before us, and he was always kind to them but didn't have that relationship with them. Since getting the pup, he's always looking for her and playing with her. She greets him first thing and loves everything about him. He may refuse to admit it, but I've caught him saying my dog a few times. She's a real inspiration to me. She works rubbish hours in hospitality, manages to be an amazing mom to 4 kids whose dad is pretty rubbish at parenting. Not me, I'm the boyfriend, has to travel huge distances for work and for the kids' school, and so survives on little to no sleep most days. And yet she'll still ask me to come over for a home-cooked meal and spend her evenings with me, after we've put the kiddos to bed. I'll never complain about being tired again, having seen what she does every day with 3 or less hours sleep. And I'll let her sleep when she crashes on the lounge, even if we had plans, because she needs and deserves the break. She's a very average painter, but I love her art because it makes her happy. It's creative, charming, and very cathartic for her. I proudly display it on my walls. The way he eats pizza. He has a very specific method to it, tearing off the crust first, dipping it in cheese sauce and eating it, and then picking off a little bit of the cheese to give to his pupper. I don't want to make him feel self-conscious about it, but it's honestly adorable for some weird reason. That's cute. My ex used to be so shy while eating in front of me, so I would act like I don't notice her eating and take small glances at her, all in stress and cuteness. I miss her so much. That she's a wonderful, kind-hearted person who makes everyone around her lives better by being in it. Why would you not tell her that? Plus, he is blonde and I used to like black hair guys. He knows that, but now, thanks to him, my type is actually blonde. I love how beautiful his hair is. Opposite for me, haha. I've always loved blonde men, but my current BF has this gorgeous head of black hair. I love how I can wake him from a nap because I'm starving or feeling sick and he never gets mad. He's literally so patient, kind, and understanding. I also love how he's so understanding because I'm super forgetful due to my ADHD and can't take my meds to help me focus due to heart issues. Not my significant other, but my life partner. He whistles and sings when he's happy. I don't even have to ask how his day is because he'll come home whistling or singing, or not depending on the day. Every time I hear it my heart ifs. He doesn't know, and I'll never tell him. It's a precious little secret. My wife has a nice rear. Every time she's bent forward, even if just emptying the dishwasher, or every time I'll see her walking ahead of me, and I see how her hips sway, I think about having sex with her. She knows like her rear, but I've never told her that I think about sex every single time I see that thing move. The fact that they have about $200,000 saved at only 26 years old. Impressive. I don't think I'd earn $200K at that age, 38. Why would you not admit to things you like about yourself? Isn't that just positive reinforcement and good for the relationship? I saw a Reddit post once about how someone thought their boyfriend looked like a frog. They think frogs are adorable, so think he is too. That might be a weird one to tell yourself. Just tell him he looks absolutely riveting. The fact that I was his first kiss and his first girlfriend and first time. Just his first everything. I don't know if it's kinda weird, but makes me feel like he's all mine. Ahaha, I have a lot more experience than him, and his innocence just gives me all the warm fuzzy feelings. I love how she plays with her dog and her neighbor's dogs. Whenever she shows me on call, I don't know how to handle all the love I have for her, end up just staring at her with the weirdest smile while I'm like a little child inside, she knows though, but still wanted to share. She has this really fake professional voice she turns on when talking to people she doesn't know well. Makes me feel like I know her well since no one else seems to notice. When she gargles in the morning, it sounds like dying ducks. Do you have a thing against ducks? Love when I'm laying in bed and she touches my stomach or puts her foot on top of mine. Helps me fall asleep like a baby. I'm so comfy. She has absolutely no idea about directions. She lives her life essentially lost when we go places. I've never met anyone that is as bad at directions as she is, but having dated a girl that was the exact opposite and made me feel like an idiot if I didn't take the most optimal path all the time, this is much better. My wife just can't read a GPS map, yet insists on always having it opened. So I usually end up eye-groping her phone trying to anticipate the next turn. She hides around a corner and scares the bejesus out of me sometimes. She laughs maniacally and I love how much joy it gives her. Even though it literally scares me half to death. He's a dreamer and I'm in love with it. Nothing is good enough, but not in a bad way. He just keeps going, striving for the next thing, and once he gets it he's so happy. For a while. And then he hatches some other big plan and he just goes at it. I could never tell him because I know that constant yearning for the next thing hurts him sometimes, but I'm just so damn proud of him and his life ethic. It's infectious. We've been together about a decade and he's got me wanting so much more for him, for me, for our family than I'd ever imagined I would want. His speech impediment. He has trouble with enunciation when he gets excited or talks too fast. He's a bit self-conscious of it, but I think it's adorable when he asks for help with talk-to-text sending a message. I don't bring it up because I don't want him to think it's super noticeable. That sometimes she pushes my buttons, but not in the traditional sense. It's very deep and visceral. I love this because as much as I hate the experience, I know she's found a weakness that needs improving. That she sings random parts of songs because it's the only part she knows and sometimes she doesn't even notice that she does it. She went through a phase of randomly singing Vacation, All I Ever Wanted Vacation, had to get away while she was driving or working or brushing her teeth and that's the only part she knew. I don't know why but it makes my heart warm. She's also just the sweetest person I've ever met, which I've told her. When she gets her food that she's been waiting for, when it's placed in front of her, her shoulders go up and down ever so slightly and she says, "Oh yeah." I'll never tell her I love this about her. My wife is hippie, like hourglass hippie and tall. And when she's getting ready for work or doing her makeup she sings and dances in front of the mirror. When I catch her I never interrupt her, I'll just adore her for it. Also she's been getting on me about not saying the first R in frustrated when I'm speaking too fast. It's so cute because her specialization is linguistics so she can't help herself. So now I'll intentionally mispronounce it every now and then, lol. We do a lot of stupid bits together and whenever he breaks one of them, he turns his head to the side and does the cutest little laugh. It's my favorite part. He pronounces the word water weird. I noted it very early on but I never said anything because it's uniquely him and I don't want him to change it. I love it. He gets so excited about small things. He had a really rough childhood and missed out on a lot of stuff. We went to the dollar store and saw magic towels that were like formed into shapes and they come undone when you add water so you can see their designs, and he was so happy when I told him he should pick some out. Same with literally anything. If I bring him a snack at work, he gets the cutest smile on his face and is so appreciative. It makes me sad that he grew up in a home where he didn't get to have normal childhood experiences, but I'm so glad anytime I can make him smile. That she is a bit of a hot dog. It's nice that she's the one always horny and not me. Edit, I meant horn dog, not hot dog. That she is somewhat subservient to me. She made it clear that she likes a more dominant man and at first it was very weird to me. I thought I was doing the right thing as a man by saying, "Okay, you have to pick between A and B." But she still would tell me to pick. So I just started dominating most decisions and she's ecstatic. Now it's like, Friday night 7 p.m, we're going to ABC, wear that green dress like. And she'll smile ear to ear and we'll have a good time. I know it's weird in modern American society, but we were both raised by immigrants in more conservative and traditional societies, so maybe that's why it works for us. None of my 100% American exes would have tolerated it, haha.